Hey y'all, it's Joey Richardson here. I am back for the Game 4 recap of the Georgia Bulldogs football team. Now, yes, they played Notre Dame, who was ranked number 7, and the game stayed close all the way throughout. Sure, Georgia had chances that the game could have gone a little better, but I mean, Notre Dame put up a fight, and they had open field tackles. And yeah, Georgia seemed a little beat up at first. Because Georgia hadn't really been tested except for Vanderbilt. But Notre Dame was a whole different level of, a top 10 team, whereas Vandy isn't a high level SEC team. So, other than the Vandy game, Georgia had been playing, cupcake teams. I hate to admit it, but yeah, Georgia had blown out cupcake teams, if you know what I mean by cupcake teams, meaning not a high level talented team. So, yeah, that tight end Notre Dame didn't play for the first couple weeks, first 3 games. Yeah, that 6'5" tight end who not only can block but can catch balls. He had 109 reception yards before he was done with, before the game was over. He had eclipsed 100 yards and got 109 receiving yards. And one of his teammates, one of the wide receivers, had the Claypool. He had the How many yards did Claypool have? Let's see. I got it right here. Yeah, Claypool had 66 receiving yards on 6 catches. Commit had 9 catches for 108 yards, 12 yards a catch and 11 yards a catch, respectively, and both had TDs. Keys had 35 receiving yards, and that was good for third on the team. 3 catches for 35 yards, not bad yards per catch average, I must say. Commit probably has a future. Now, the running game for Notre Dame was not good. Book, 3 rushes for 18 yards, for 6 yards a carry. Jones Jr., Notre Dame's running back, 9 carries for 21 yards, 2.3 average, not good. Ian Book was 29 of 47 for 275 yards, 2 TDs, but 2 interceptions, which of course we know that it's not. At least he evened it out, but geez, Book did force some bad throws at times. I figured Book only had 3 rushes for 18 yards, so he did get out of the pocket some, but for the most part, he tried to force things and didn't try to take off too often. He threw the football away some, but they did have a lot of open field tackles as well. And yeah. And yeah, the score ended up being 23-17, but of course Georgia was trailing at one point. I mean, a muff punt by Tyler Simmons got Notre Dame in the end zone. They were close enough they could score, and they got the touchdown and the extra point. And what really bothered me is that a veteran receiver who hadn't played too much, up until this point, he had played a little but not a ton. He really was a good punt returner and could still be, but he can't muff a punt against a team like Notre Dame. He can't do it to Florida. He can't do it to Auburn. He can't even do it to Texas A&M, considering that Texas A&M might not even be ranked when they play Georgia, but still might be a game to look out for down the road. And I'm not counting out then the teams I'm I haven't mentioned that are on schedule. Well, I'm not underestimating them either. I know I just got a text. My cousin's birthday. So I'm gonna wait to give shout outs because I don't ever do that, and I should do that for the first time ever. So Jake Fromm. Now Georgia was. Let's look at this. Georgia was down 10-7 at half. No problem. We got one of the best kickers in the game. And second half, Georgia outscored Notre Dame. It only so 23-17. That was a close game, too close for a comfort game. But Notre Dame was ranked 7th, and they may be overrated. They may not be. We'll see how the rest of their schedule plays out. Jake Fromm, 20 of 26 for 187 yards, 1 TD, no interceptions. The last touchdown Georgia got was a Jake Fromm pass to leading receiver for Georgia in this game, Lawrence Cager. 5 catches for 82 yards and a TD. That's good for 16.4 yards a catch. Not bad. And Demetrius Robertson had 4 catches for 48 yards. Dominic Blaylock, 2 catches for 19 yards. Harrion had a catch for 12 yards. Yeah, the rest of it, it's okay. Tyler Simmons had a 9-yard catch. That's about it. Wonder who was expected to do better. He only had 2 catches for 8 yards. Wolf is a long catch. Eli Wolf, his long catch went for 8 yards. He's the transfer tight end from Tennessee, who's playing out his last year at Georgia. Swift only had 3 catches for 2 yards. He lost some yards, and that's what I'm talking about. Notre Dame had open field tackles, and Lander's negative 1-yard catch was from Notre Dame committing open field tackles. That's what they played tough. Wilson and J.R. Reed intercepted Ian Book. So yeah, Ian Book looked good at times, but then again, you just gotta understand. Georgia had some injuries in the secondary, so that didn't help either. Blankenship made all 3 of his field goals, and the longest of the night was 43 yards, and he had 11 points total when you count the extra points. So that's 3 field goals and 2 extra points. Camarda's punting average was only 35.3, 4 punts for 140 yards. Not very good considering he had 1 bad punt, and can't remember what else if he had one that went too far and went in the end zone for a touchback. That's his problem. He does punt a lot of touchbacks. But when you look at the game stats, it ain't really saying much. Notre Dame didn't give up, and they were actually driving down the field, and eventually Georgia was able to take a knee, and Fromm successfully, took the knee, and that was it. So Notre Dame's 2-1, Georgia's 4-0. And I just have to say, Notre Dame is a Catholic university, I know, and I'm not going to talk about Catholicism or Catholics at all, not badly. That's their right. People who go to Notre Dame that are Catholic, they have a right to go to that school. But I don't think all the players that go to Notre Dame are Catholic. But I know one of their true freshman linebackers, J.D. Bertrand, went to a Catholic school in Georgia and was originally a Georgia commit. He, however, decommitted from Georgia and eventually chose Notre Dame, which I'm thinking when he decommitted from Georgia, not a surprise because he was barely a 4-star outside linebacker. He probably knew he'd have a better shot at being a good player at Notre Dame, which probably won't be this year, but maybe a year or two we'll see him in the lineup for the Fighting Irish. But he went to Blessed Trinity up in Roswell, Georgia, which is a pretty good distance from here, considering I'm right there, right above Florida line. But yeah, I mean, it's great. So, I left myself a little bit of time to talk about who's next on the schedule. And I think, who is it? Tennessee? I think so. I think we got the Vols next. Let's look, see if we can figure out. Oh yeah, the 5th, October the 5th. Yeah, the Tennessee Vols. So does that mean we even shoot? We might not even have a game this weekend. It might be open week, one of the open weeks. But Georgia will play Tennessee October the 5th. I'm looking forward to that. Tennessee lost to Florida pretty badly, and they lost to Georgia State to start the season. They also lost to BYU. They've only beaten one team so far. It's not looking good for Georgia in the East, with teams like Tennessee struggling, and South Carolina hasn't looked good either. But Tennessee, they got the same quarterback they've had, and I'm expecting. I'm not expecting it to be. I mean, I think it may be a respectable score, but I don't know if Tennessee's going to come out firing. I really don't know. I just think I think Georgia will beat Tennessee, but you never know in Southeastern Conference play, even with the struggles Tennessee's had. I do think if Georgia dominates the game, it will be a respectable score, but it won't be. It could be similar to last year's 38-12 score, somewhere around there. I would say it could be worse, and maybe not, because Kirby is friends with Coach Pruitt, and there's respect there that he probably won't run at the. Kirby tries not to run at the score on his own guys he's friends with. So we'll have to see how the Tennessee game goes October the 5th. I'm just. I'm just so excited that, Georgia will play some more conference games, and we'll see how good they are. I do think they can handle Tennessee, but I won't doubt Tennessee one bit that they'll be ready. I just think that Georgia is a better team than Tennessee, and we'll have to see if that's the case October the 5th. And I met a Vols fans. I met some Vols fans, and they're really good people from what I remember of them. So I don't know if they'll see my video because none of them ever became my Facebook friend. But I think one woman used to be my friend on Facebook, and then she took me off. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I was repping Tennessee too much. But it's okay. That's my mistake. So my friend Haley has a birthday today. She found out about me through this channel of mine, and she doesn't like sports videos, but her husband watches them. So I don't know her husband's name, but I do want to let him know that his wife Haley, her birthday's today. I heard you told her happy birthday, and I'm glad you did. I know you're overseas and it has to be hard and everything. But yeah, as far as Haley goes, I know she had to evacuate Fort Worth and all that. So if you're watching this video, I just want you to know I think about it. I do care about your wife as a friend, and she's been really great to me through text messaging, and I want to thank you for allowing that. So, and as for Haley, if she ever watches this, she'll be glad that I mentioned her. And I won't. No, I'm not going to tell you her age. No, I know it, but she won't tell me. No, she did tell me, but I won't tell you. No, nobody in this channel that watches my channel will know everything. But my cousin, who's in his 40s, late 40s, he celebrates his birthday today as well. So Charlie, happy birthday to you. And hope you're not feeling too old today. And hey, guys, I hope you're excited for the rest of Georgia's season because I feel like some of these games will get interesting as we go along the season. So just keep on with me, and we'll be ready to just be ready for my game reviews and stats and all that. And I also want to note Samir White, Seuss, whatever you want to call him, didn't even get a carry. Samir White did not get a carry. Shouldn't he be getting some carries in big games? Even if he's had 2 knee surgeries, it's worth giving him a try to have a third back get some carries and actually do something with. It'll be great to see if he does get more carries in tighter games. Maybe he can actually be useful. He looks good, even though he ain't as shifty. I think he's a good uphill runner. He could have probably helped us a little bit in the Notre Dame game, I'm sure. But Swift and Harrion did nice as the 1-2 punch, but it wouldn't hurt to rotate in Seuss as well. So that's it, guys, and hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.